Pierogi Gone said they're using Godot today. So we're going to have an Out of Dreams submission, an Out of Dreams body experience, an Out of Dreams submission. That's pretty exciting. We had a late entry last week from Yeah Brown, and we're going to check it out this week because it's freaking cool. I can't wait to show it to you. It's called the Egg Crack Challenge, I think. I think that's what they call it. I think that's what he's calling it. But let me just double check to make sure that's what he's calling it. Okay. Egg Crack Challenge Impulse Control. Nice. Rogi says, I am well. I did some visual design stuff this morning, and that led to a couple more hours of work. But very productive day, so it works out. Nice. Productivity, you know, is not the most important thing in the world, but it sure does feel nice, doesn't it? I'm glad that you can say you did some. So this is the Egg Crack Challenge, a very productive creation that was made by Yeah Brown. You might be wondering, what is this weird thing over here? Well, this is a 2-player game, and I actually have my partner, Rinny, if you would like to say hello here with us.
Hello.
That's Rinny. That's my partner. We kind of live together. And I want to try the multiplayer on this because it seems really fun. So this game is something that people play like outside of this game. You'll see a lot of videos where people like try to like smash an egg really quickly, but like you don't want to smash it. It's kind of hard to explain. It's a weird game. I don't even know how to explain it. Trying to make sure you get as much motivation points from the things that you spend your time doing. That makes sense. I mean, that's fair. You deserve that. Apparently it's the most unloadable game. No, it's right there. We got Yeah Brown in the house. This is the creator of this game. So here's how this game works, right? Basically, there is an egg, and you have like a cover over top of it. And this is the cover, not the egg. And two people have a choice. They can either tap the top of it, or they can grab the top of it. And if they grab it, then the other person might accidentally smash the egg, and then that's how they lose, right? So you have to just kind of not be sure, is the other person going to tap it, or are they going to pick it up? And if you end up smashing the egg, then you lose. So hopefully that kind of makes sense.
It's like rock, paper.
Kind of. Rock, paper, no scissors. Rock, paper with no scissors. I think it's assuming that we have, I don't even think I can play it with one person. I think we have to do it with 2 people. So join me.
Here I come.
Here you come. If you submit something late to the jam, we'll always check it out later. It's no problem. It's literally fine. We're not here to judge you if you're a little late. Pierogi says hello.
Hi Pierogi.
So basically, the only thing you can do is either tap it with X, or grab it with square.
Okay.
If that makes sense. It might take a few tries, but
okay.
All right.
I entered a win.
Jesus! Oh my God! Okay. Well, apparently you already won, according to the game. It does detect a second player. I see. All right, here we go. So here's one more thing. There's 0.7 seconds to do it. So if nobody does anything in 0.7 seconds, then player 1 is first. Oh, so I'm first. So player 1 has to make the first move, and I have only 0.7 seconds to make the first move. That's why you won.
It's like Jeopardy.
Yeah, like hitting the button. Exactly.
Am I red?
You are red.
Okay.
Yes. All right. And then you have 0.7 seconds to respond, or you lose.
Okay.
Oh, you went quick for the grab. Oh, man. Wow.
How do I put it down?
Oh, no. Can you? Oh.
Goodbye.
Now, this was made in 1 hour by Yeah Brown last week, all right? This was made in 1 hour. Oh, so whenever you pick it up, the game... Oh, put it down with X. Put it down with X. Put it down with X. All right, here we go. Oh, I lost. Okay, here we go. Oh, because you waited too long.
Okay.
Nice. I gotta hide my controller so you can't look.
I know.
This was made in 1 hour, y'all. And yes, there were some additions that were made later, but like the meat of it was made in 1 hour. You can do it. I believe in you if you want to join us. All right, but let's play this. You ready?
Uh-huh.
All right, here we go. Hey! Hey!
Okay.
0.7 seconds. And there's actually a timer up at the top, if you see.
Okay. And does my 0.7 start after you click your button?
Yeah.
Okay.
That or after I tap it.
Okay.
No. No, you don't know what I'm gonna do. Ringa! Ah! You're a big picker-upper. You love to pick it up.
That's what they called me in college.
Is it? I won!
Yay!
Thank you. Okay, you got it. You feel like you got it, right? All right.
Yes.
All right, let's just keep rolling. Oh, I gotta go first. Dang! Okay, here we go. Yep! Whip! Whip! Ah! Ah! Yes! I got you! I got
You
you!
did.
I still love you, but I did got you. Oh, I lost. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Woo. And the longer you go, the more points you get. So if we last a long time...
Oh, like a nice volley.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh. And then you can hold it for as long as you want, I think. Oh, God. Oh, I lost. I think I was too slow. Okay, let's do 2 more.
Okay.
All right. And then we got to do the jam. Oh, my God. Oh, shit. Oh, you got me.
Some eggy hands.
I do. I actually do. Here we go. Last one. Ooh, oh, I waited too long. Oh, come on.
Some people are just naturally lucky.
That doesn't count. One more.
Okay.
Yes! Yes, I won the last one. Okay, bye. Thank you for joining us. Okay, thank you. I really do appreciate it. I love you. Nice exit. You guys can't even imagine how graceful that exit was. All right, it's game jam time. Thank you for that. We just want to, if you submit a late entry, we'll just do it at the beginning of the next week's show. So, hey, an hour is tough. I'll trust that you did it in an hour, all right? We're just here to have fun, not be super judgmental of each other.
Thank you, bye.
Oh, bye. Okay, now I don't want this person here anymore. Can this person just go away, please? Just get them out. Just get them out. Just get them out of here. All right. We got freakers in the house, aka 2 Scoops. Welcome. Yes, you caught me live. I go live every Friday. Every Friday I go live, and on Mondays now I do Unreal Engine. I'll be adding Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. I'll be doing every week soon, every day of the week soon. But for now, Fridays and Mondays. I'm glad you caught me though, freakers. How you been? Hope you've been doing good. 6 p.m. Eastern is when we do that. Other Lees made a cameo. You know that's right. You know that's right. Yeah, you're writing it well enough. It's pretty confusing to spell. All right, so as far as the game jam goes, we need a topic. That's the only way this works. If we know what we're doing, that's okay that you can't participate today. I'm so glad you came through, and I'm glad you got to check this out. Hey, if you want to make one off stream, we'll still take it. We'll still take it and bring it in next week. You know how it goes. But I need a topic. I need a topic for us. What's it gonna be? So we have some sad news in the Dreams community this week, so maybe it should be something about that. How about new, old, changing, growing and changing and growing. First we change and then we grow. That's the topic, changing and growing. Let me put that up in the chat for our new people who come through so they know what the heck is going on. Changing and growing. So you can start right now. Let's put up the timer. So that way we get that started. Timer. 60 minutes on the clock. You have 1 hour. You can make it in any engine. The link is in the description if you want to send us your Outside of Dreams game. All right, so then I'm going to put in the chat, changing and growing. Topic, changing and growing. All right. Now it's in there. Make sure I pin it up to the top of the chat. Let's get going. So this is real, right? I gotta think about Dreams today. Dreams is this awesome platform. Most of you know about this. I don't have to tell you, but just in case, let's talk about it. Dreams is this awesome tool set on the PlayStation console. Notice I'll be using a DualShock, and it lets you do some really awesome art and design and music and stuff like that. But it also has some like logic tools, so you can basically program games. And it's really great because it has a beautiful interface, and it just allows me to iterate quickly. So I'm going to be using Dreams. The news that we got this week was that Media Molecule, who made this software, this game, is not going to be supporting it with updates after this year. So, a little sad, but I mean, the tools will remain, and they'll even be keeping the servers up. So I'm going to be using this for years and years to come to generate ideas for games, to try out things, and then I'll be taking them into other engines to get a more complex version that I can export. So honestly, who knows? Maybe this will be the next game I make in Unreal Engine. Changing and growing. So if I want to do that, I'm going to want to think of the mechanic. This is always like the most important thing that I tend to forget, and I regret forgetting. All right? Mechanic first. What is the mechanic? So if you have to change and grow, well, if you're changing, then you must be something else at first, right? There will never be a Dreams 2. That is not a thing. It will never be a thing. Okay? If you're changing, then you start out as something else first. And then you need to become some. Pokemon change. They evolve. So maybe you have, oh my God, that's the perfect thing. It has to be that. It has to be that. So if you're growing something, maybe you have to nurture things. It could just be planting. You could be planting something, but why are you planting something? Okay, so you're planting something because it's yet not planted. How do you know you have to plant it? Is it like a Plants vs. Zombies? Is it like, if you don't, you have different things that you can grow, and depending on what you grow, you'll get different results. But why would you choose to grow this over that? Why would you choose to grow one thing over the other? How about it shows you a random thing, all right? I'm even going to give myself, I'm going to start writing out my ideas. So how about this? Random thing. And then you have to pick seeds or choose seeds. So it's more dexterity, I'm thinking. Choose seeds. And then after choosing the seeds, you have to get water, right? Get water. And then, or plant seeds, right? Whatever order you want. It's sort of, you can pick the order. Plant. And then we'll just have like a super sunbeam thing. Sunbeam. All right, sunbeam. And then what? And then what? And then if you get it right, if you successfully, and what's the point of doing this? So if you grow it and then you have to wait. And then you get the next one. And then at the end, no, this is too much. You're getting too complicated. So you have to, okay, let me see what these look like if we just lay them all out. So we have random thing, choose seeds, get water. We're just gonna litter it on the screen. Plant, sunbeam, and then what? And then, let's say, random thing, choose seeds, get water, plant, sunbeam, and then it'll just tally your score at the end. Tally correct. It's kind of, it doesn't, it's just a jam, it's just a game jam game. Tally corrects, and then all the while they're growing. This is ambitious. This is ambitious, but I'm optimistic. Growing along the way. So how long will things take to grow? Maybe it could be different. No, I think it should be the same. Let's say things take 20 seconds to grow. So I'm gonna get me a timer. All right, let's move this over here. I'm just gonna keep this on the screen for now. Actually, let's make it so we can turn this off so I can check it if I need it. I'm optimistic because we have the mechanic. Like, once I come up with the mechanic, I feel like it's so much easier because all we have to do is problem solve. Well, it's just problem solving. How hard is that? All right, let me get a bookmark so we don't lose this spot. All right, there we go. Now, I'm gonna make some different stuff. Let's make a water bucket, right? We need that. I'm gonna say 20 seconds is how long it takes for things to grow. This is gonna be my water bucket right here. Let's keep it stupid simple. Stamp that. I'm gonna get a sphere so I can cut out my, we're in smear. I don't want to smear anything. Do you know who I am? I'm not a smearer. Gosh. Okay. I'm going to stamp this. Watering can. Bam. And then I'm going to get a sphere so we can cut out the inside. Like that. We'll get a hole for the spout. Like that. And then I'm going to get a curve. So that way we have our watering can thing, pourer thing, spout thing. Is it smaller on the end? Yeah, that looks correct. That looks correct. I think that's what a watering can looks like. Probably didn't need the hole. Probably don't. It's representative. We get it. Let's give it a hole at the end though. That looks a little bit more legit. I think you're spending too much time on the watering can. We are still in the first 10 minutes, so that's good. I'm surprised. I don't know. I thought it'd be further than that by now. All right. It needs a handle. Come on, you know it needs a handle. We can use the same thing, maybe? No, I'll change it a little bit. We'll change it a little bit. Give it a little bit of a chunk. All right. So if we need a watering can, we're also going to need dirt. We're going to need seeds. There's a watering can. I just feel like it should be blue. It's just my opinion that blue makes a lot of sense for a watering can. All right. I feel like it should be a little shiny. Looks like a teapot. Watering can, bam. And then I'm going to make it physical. So that way we can grab it and stuff. Make sure it's very lightweight. Otherwise, it's not fun. Oh, so that's the rules. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the rules are you can do literally anything you want. You can kit bash. That's what getting assets would be. You're kit bashing. Totally legit. Literally, here's the thing. Just don't troll us. But really, whatever. If you just like make a smiley face, I'll be like, that's a nice smiley face. That's not a game, but that's a nice smiley face, right? Whatever you think a game is, that's what you got to do. Period. And then just kind of make it like generally have the vibe of the topic, right? So we know you actually did it. But that's it. All right, so there's that watering can. And I'm gonna need seeds. So let's get a pouch for our seeds. Rounded cube is doing a lot for us today. That is a seeds pouch if I ever saw it. That is a seeds pouch. I'm gonna put a label on here. Now we're gonna have different symbols, right? For different kinds of plants. I didn't even think about that. It's gonna be, so really it's a matching game, right? Is kind of what it is. I don't have time to make symbols. I don't know what kind of, do they have? All right, let me pull up some internet here. All right. So that way I can look something up. I want to look up icons and see if we have some easy ones we can get. Do we have a tomato? I don't know. I know there's no tomato. Fruit? Apple? You got an apple. I know you got an apple. Okay, we're gonna need more than an apple. You got bananas? No. You got, okay, so that's not, we can't rely on that. So we're gonna not do that then. It's gonna be a word matching game. That's the way this is gonna work. So we're gonna say tomatoes. It's the only way. Is it ideal? No. But it's correct. And then I'm gonna make sure we can see it on our seed package. I really wish it was all caps, but I feel like that's a big time waster right now. But so badly, I want to make that all capitals. I cannot, because I just think it just makes it easier to see. Oh, that's kind of fine, I guess. And then let's get this a good contrasting color. Seed color, seed package color. Great, seeds. And then we're gonna do the same thing where we have it be physical in the scene so we can grab it. And there they'll just fall. It probably should be on both sides, right? Otherwise it could get confusing and upsetting. So there's tomatoes. We could even be a little generous and make it like red, but is that generous? We could make like a splotch. Let's just make, no, that's too much work. All right, clone this. Let's get some more things. I'm gonna want bananas. It's silly, okay? So this means I do have to make these things. That's a lot of models to make. I just want to let me know that. I just thought I should let me know that you do have to make all those things. And a plant. So we'll need like a stock plant. Bananas, let's do peaches. Okay, there's peaches as well. Of course. Oh, I forgot to do them both at the same time. That's all right. Peaches. What else is there besides all of this? There's also breakfast. No, that's not a, you can't grow breakfast. Cherries. I think that's probably enough at this point. All right, I'll do one more. Against my better judgment. And what will that be? That's gonna be, I'm gonna say it's lettuce. It feels like an odd one out. We just got all kinds of fruits and then lettuce. Lettuce. Okay. Sweet. Done. All right, so they'll all be physical seed packets. Gotta pick them up and figure it out. So we're gonna need a stock plant, right? So I'll just make that. This will be, and we'll need different stages for these plants, right? So let's get it like this. I guess we could say there's stage 1. But how is it going to morph? How is it going to morph? Imagine a world where you can grab the breakfast you grew on your farm every morning. I mean, if your breakfast is a plant, then yes. But it would be nice if it was just like, you know, bangers and mash, just ready to go. Is that what breakfast is? Is bangers and mash what a breakfast is? I don't really know what that means. Okay. So how will it morph? How will it morph? That I don't know. Let's just have multiple of these and they can just start appearing and we can have them like grow up like in an animation or something. And so they'll be coming out of the ground. All right. And then we could say that, and what if underneath each of these, there's like more of a plant? So then it'll kind of like, it's being revealed and it'll grow. So you won't even know what your score is or if you did a good job until they grow, I guess. It's it's obnoxious, but that's okay. It's a vibe. Okay, so there's that. That's that. I'm gonna delete these other ones and then we'll just have it like this or something. Actually, I'm gonna keep those other ones now that I think about it. So it's not too much. All right, so something like this. And then what we can do is we can group these up and we can just have them like grow up like this. And then slowly the rest can be revealed. Something like that. All right, I think I like that. So let's group these up. Now they don't look very planty, so we should make them look planty. I'm gonna give it the green, the classic green of plants. I'm sure there are plants that aren't green, but they don't matter here. Bam. Plant. All right. It's a little shiny for a plant, maybe. Maybe a little shiny. It's too shiny. All right. Cool. So there's the stock plant. So then we're going to want an animation so this can grow out of the ground gradually. And we're going to say they take 20 seconds to grow, right? So we'll make this animation 20 seconds long. I'll start it out with a blank keyframe. Just drag this. And sure, this position is fine, I guess. And then we can have the default position be a lot lower. Try to stay on a grid here. Let's connect it, and let's see what that's like. I'll bring it a little lower. Now, here's the problem. You need to put this in a group. I see a problem. Because we need to make sure that this keyframe is going to apply no matter what. So I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to add one more thing to this. I'm going to add a dirt pile for each thing. And then we'll have like a place where you plant things, but I'm also going to make like a little dirt pile. All right, that's totally fine. And I guess, yeah, it'll grow through the dirt pile. So that can just be like what the top is right there. And we'll be growing through that. I think that makes sense. Let's make this look a little dirty. And a little toe up. So I'll toe up like dirt, naturally. So then I'll group this together, right? And I'm gonna bring this lower. Our timeline is gonna need to be on the outside. I want to put it on our dirt. It's really on the outside of the whole thing. And we've got that keyframe. Let's get our growing keyframe. Just pull it right up. It's gonna grow out of its dirt. Hey, what's up? Good to see you, The Truth. Hope you're doing great. Growing and changing. Changing and growing is the topic. Changing and growing. I'm making a game where you plant seeds based on what they tell you. The truth! Right back at you. Right back at you. That was fun. Okay, so let's see what that looks like. So that should just grow right up. It needs to keep growing though. So I'm just gonna make sure we keep that on so it keeps growing. I'm gonna give it a switch. Keep growing. Keep going. Okay. Cause all we know is... Alright, there we go. Yoop. Nice. Sweet. And so what the good thing about doing it the way we've done it here is we should be able to move this and the animation will still work. Nice. Alright, great. Excellent. We need a way to trigger this animation. 20 minutes have elapsed. 20 minutes have elapsed. Just so you know. I'm going to put this in a microchip. And we're going to want a way to hook this up so we can quickly tell it to start growing. Now, in order to grow, we're going to need to confirm that conditions have been met. And what are those conditions? It's been watered. We've hit a sunbeam. We could let go of the sunbeam. I'm open to letting go of the sunbeam. We can do a flashlight. So we need to say conditions have to be met. So I'll get, let's get a way to do that. How many conditions? Let me pull up my plan here. Random thing gets told to do. You have to choose the right seeds for the right thing that they tell you to do. Then you have to get water. So we need to make some water. And then you have to plant the seeds. And then you need to get a sunbeam. Okay, so that's seeds added to ground, water, sunbeam. 3 things. So we need 3 things to be true, and then we'll be good. All right, I'm gonna get, and this is per, so how many plots do we wanna have? So I'm gonna get a, I'm gonna start making some more dirt so I can know what is happening here. I guess this is a gardening game. It's a matching game. I don't know, it's just a game. It's one of those games. So let's just make this a little bigger. That's our plot. Looks good to me. And then we'll just dirt it up. Yeah, we're just gonna dirt it up. I'd like it to look like this dirt, ideally. Ideally, it would be very similar to this dirt. Maybe if I just bring this in here, we can make it match. I just want the same color. It's just what I want. Because, I mean, if they don't match, like, that's no fun. Oh, it's inside of the ground? The ground is in the ground. Wow. All right, so there's this. Boop. And then that's fine. Okay, we got the color. Give me this, please. Out of the ground. Get the ground out of the ground right now. And then I'm going to give it a little more of a dirt vibe. That's pretty dirty. It's kind of big for dirt. It's kind of big for dirt. I just feel like it shouldn't be that big. So I'm going to make a bunch of these. I think this will just look better. And now we got our plots. Look at that. That looks like 1, 2, let's say that's 6 or 9. We're going to say there's 9 plots, all right? So we're going to want to lock into those plots, right? So I'm going to get tags for that. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a way, if you hover over these areas with your seeds, stuff like that. I guess we could do more. We could do more. I'm a little concerned. We almost only have 30 minutes left. So that's a concern for sure. That's a concern. All right, there's the plots. Let me get some global code here so we can apply it to everything. All right. Probably don't want to lose that thing that I just lost. Also, I just realized I left this in here. I'm gonna double click this. Get that out of here. All right, there we go. Make this a little bigger. We know it's global. And then, Well, we need also to be able to keep track of the cursor. So where the player is hovering, right? So let's see, there's that. And in the cursor, I'm gonna need some logic as well. So let's go in there, please. That's not in there. That's not where in there is. We want to go inside of this cursor tracker. Like that. And then I'm going to get away. I'm going to use a zone to check if we're near as a cursor. Which plot we're near as a cursor. I'm going to try to keep it just to the tip of the cursor. Otherwise, that could be confusing. We got a little arrow here telling me where the tip is. It's right there. No big deal. Get that in here. All right. And this is going to be looking for that tag. So all we have to do is say look for default tag, and that's what that'll look for. So we can test this right now. And what we should see is this light up whenever we come over here on these. It's not lighting up, and I think it should be bigger anyway. Where is the tags that we put on there? Where did they go? They're still there. All right, I can name the tags. I didn't really want to name the tags, but I'll do it if you want me to. I'll name them. 30 minutes left. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. I might want to start thinking about scaling it down somehow. Might want to start thinking about scaling it down. This is going to be plot. I'm going to start doing that right now. Let's get rid of this row. I didn't want that many anyway. Let's keep it that way. Okay. They don't really need to be snapped, but that's all right. Okay, so there's the plots. We're going to make sure the trigger zone is looking for that particular tag name, if it doesn't mind. What I love about this is all very transferable. Whether you're using Dreams or Unreal Engine, games are made very similarly, no matter what you're making them in. You still have to think about the same components, the same aspects. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Okay. Let's test it. They're flashing, so it looks like it'll work, but let's just confirm for our own comfort. And there it goes. So you can see it lights up, each individual one. Excellent. So if we're hovered over it, so I'm actually going to make sure we have stuff on each of these things. I guess for the seeds, we kind of want them to destroy. So we're going to need logic on each bit of the seed packets. I'm definitely cutting the sunbeam. The sunbeam is too much. I think that'll make a big difference. So there's that. And we're going to want something that's going to help it do its thing. We're also going to want it to send a signal. I'm going to have that signal be planted. But we want something to get left behind in that plot. And I'm going to say it should... You know, I was going to emit these, but we can just have 6 of these. I don't love that for a lot of reasons. Yeah, that's not a good idea. Well, maybe it is. Okay, what we need to do, actually, is we need to have the different plants figured out. So we have... Oh my god, I made 5 different ones. You're going to get rid of one right now. Lettuce. Get rid of lettuce, and get rid of cherries. All right, so we're gonna make bananas. We gotta. That's the thing too. Like when you're making a game, any kind of game in any engine, you gotta think about the scope, right? Because you only have so much time to make a game, unless you're just doing it for fun. But even then, you probably want to have some scope, otherwise you'll be making it forever and you'll never finish it. Okay, so there's part of the banana. Let's make it yellow. as bananas tend to be. That is one ugly banana. Yellow. Nice. And then let's get a black part. Because they have a black part. Or whatever. Don't spin on me. I don't care about spinning. Stop it. Stop it! Okay. Just want a little tippy towel on there. That is one ugly banana. That's a weird looking banana right there. Yeah, I don't know about that. Just make something else. Use a cylinder. Shrink down. It's a little top hat. Every banana has a top hat. Bet. Okay. And then we'll just make this one a little smaller. Banana. Done. Okay, what else do we need? We need tomatoes. We said tomatoes. Not a tomato. Tomatoes. Alright. Let's make it red, as tomatoes are. Looks excellent. And then we're gonna need some leafage on the top. Roughage. Sure, how about this? How about a pyramid? That's what leaves look like. Pyramids. I hate that. Maybe a little smaller? What the hell do tomatoes look like? Like this? Do they look like that? Kinda, actually. It's not the worst tomato. It's not the best tomato, but it turned out better than I thought it would. Okay, and then we're gonna want there to be a few of them, I guess. I'll just make it all in one. Here. They're just bundled up together. Doesn't have to make sense. Bam. Tomatoes. Okay, not that way. It should look a little better. That one's in the front. It came up in the front and said, I'm gonna be ugly. Like, jeez. Okay. Tomatoes. And then we need peaches. The peaches are gonna be clones of the tomatoes. And instead of having this on the top, they won't. And we'll just put them in a different organization. Maybe there's just two of them. Oh, actually, what we could do is have like a couple leaves, and then we could like join them or something. This looks a lot like a cherry. I'm gonna keep it really real. Stretch this out. Shrink it down. Spending a little bit too much time on this, not gonna lie. But this was a demanding one as far as visuals go. We can't always be successful in Hyper Game Jam, but we try. This looks a lot like cherries, not gonna lie. Yeah, that looks like a cherry, girl. I'm just saying, like, you just made a cherry. How do we peach it up? Peach was a mistake. Peach was a mistake! Oh, I regret doing peach. But at this point, I think it'll take more time to choose something else. Right? Here's some ugly peaches. I wouldn't eat them. I wouldn't eat them. That's a peach. Life is a peach, and this is proof. Alright, peaches. Done. Peaches, bananas, and I guess we'll do a couple bananas. I do kind of want to keep it in the same sculpt, honestly. It's just what I want. There you go, bananas. Dose bananas. You never seen a double banana bunch? Yeah, it's called a bi-bunch. Alright, so there's that. Those are our fruits. Nice. Okay, so then what we're going to want is we're going to want to have those fruits emit from the seeds. Well, actually, I'm going to want them to be associated with the dirt. So actually, I don't want that. I actually want to say This is tough. This is tough. Let's put 3 different possibilities on here. It could either be a banana, depending on what you planted. Banana, tomato, or peach. And we'll have one of these turn on, depending on what seeds are planted. So I'm going to get a bunch of switches here, and we'll have this turn it on, depending on which one is chosen. 25 minutes remain. Oh, the headache that I have created for myself. Okay. Let's plug it in. And we're going to want to say a way to tell it which one it's supposed to be. How do we tell it which one it's supposed to be? So if we are putting it in the ground and it's going to emit, it has to just have one of 3 possible emissions. Simple as that. Just don't even do any of this. Just don't do any of this. Yep, don't do any of it. So that's that. I'm going to clone this. Hopefully that's it, because here's what's going to be the problem. If I need more logic on here, like if I have to code more stuff, do we even have the chip on there? Oh, jeez. Then I'm going to have to redo them all, which is going to really suck. But at least we only have 3 instead of 6 or 7 or however many it was. This will be easier. Okay, and then we're going to take the tomatoes, and I'm going to associate that with one of these. We're going to come down underneath the ground here. I'm just going to get it out of the way so we can see the rest of the plant and just how we want to put it on there. So I guess it's just about, like, you don't get to see what plant you made until the last second. I don't really know what the point of that is, but it is what it is. That's how you know it's tomatoes. And then... so this one's tomatoes. So I'm going to make this little square right here red. Let's get our peaches. We'll put that in one of these. Now I have to make sure it's actually inside of it. Oh, wait. Do these not have... what? Why is this not grouped up? Uh-oh. Oh dear, we're in danger. Okay, so this needs to be in a group. You didn't know that? That's fine. Everything is fine. Let's make sure the tomatoes rise. They do, but they're not above the ground. So we should do that. Tomatoes, bam. Okay, good. So we gotta reclone these. This is what I mean, right? Like, if I make a mistake, I have to, like, reclone each one. Which is kind of annoying. Okay, there's that. This will be peaches, so I'll keep this one orange. Let's get the peaches in there. Whoop. Get rid of those. Tomatoes. It's peaches. That'll rise up. Sweet. And then we'll make one more, and this will be for bananas. Oh, crap, that looks very similar. Yellow is a very similar color. The bananas are white, and that's the way it's going to be. Here's bananas, and we're going to put them in there with everything else. Get rid of the peaches. Bam. We want to make sure that when it grows, we can see them. Sweet. All right, so there's that. We did want it to take 20 seconds for them to grow. We didn't set that up. And so what we want for each seed package is, depending on which one you choose, it's going to emit one of those things. So if it detects, we should put a zone. So we have a zone on here. I'm going to put a zone on here as well. But it also needs to know if we're grabbing it. It also needs to know if we're grabbing it. So I'm going to say that if you're grabbing something, which we can do, if you're grabbing something, then this doesn't do anything. So I'm going to get over to my cursor logic, And I'm going to have a signal that says grabbing. 20 minutes left. Oh, geez. You know, that doesn't sound as bad to me as it sounds, if that makes sense. It doesn't. So we're going to say that if you're grabbing, a signal or a value will be sent out. So that way, it's when you release it that it will emit and destroy the seeds. Well, emit the plant and destroy the seeds. So we're going to say this is grabbing. We want this to be scene-wide. If it's grabbing, then we can worry about if it's detecting a plot. Or if it's not grabbing, so actually the opposite. So we'll just get the opposite signal here. No problem. There we go. So if we let go of it, and this is true, then first I want you to emit the thing that we have to emit, which we still have to hook up. I don't want it to have any speed, just do it. No time, just do it. And once it's emitted, then we can destroy the seed package. One thing that I'm thinking about is we're going to need a bunch of seeds. I guess we just have a whole pile of them. You just have to dig through it. Okay. So now what it emits is going to be this. So we're going to need this to have an instruction about where to go. So it should go to the nearest plot tag, right? So if we let go of that and we have a teleporter, we want this to take our planted thing to the plot, right? We might need to adjust tags and stuff, but that, in theory, would put it right there. And, yeah. And we don't want it to be able to move after that. Okay, this should kind of work. But we only want it to teleport if it's been... Well, yeah, because it's going to get emitted, so that's fine. So the conditions for growth are basically one thing, and that's water. So if we have the water... So we'll get a switch. If we have the water, then... you can start growing the plant, right? We do want to say it takes 20 seconds, so I'm going to get a timer. I'm going to put it at 20 seconds. And we want it to count up. Yeah, sure. I will hook this up to our animation. So it takes 20 seconds. Just like that. That should sit there and not start growing. It totally grew. Oh no, this one didn't grow. Nice. So that's not growing. We do have this teleporting, which is fine because this is actually going to be off. So it's no big deal. Now we need this. How do we tell it that water has been put over this particular thing? So the water can, so we need a special tag here. So I'm just going to say this is water. Okay, that's water. If this becomes true, then you can start growing it. And I want to say you have to hold it there for a little bit. Yeah, you got to grow it for a little bit. You got to hold it there for like, what? We could have it be random, but that's kind of, that in my dreams, that's a feature we would add in version 2, not in the first version. So let's say you have to hold it there for 10 seconds, which makes me actually want them to take 30 seconds to grow. Yeah, that's what I want. But we want to be able to communicate to the player that they are growing it. So let's get a progress bar so we know if we've grown it. Oh, geez. Okay, so let's do, this is bar. And I'm going to make it a little longer. 16 minutes. 16 minutes, give or take 6 seconds. Don't want this to be too big. Let's put it in here in the actual game so we can see it. And this will tell us how close we are to getting it fully watered. Let's rotate it. I'm kind of excited about this game. Like, I kind of don't... Like, I generally understand that it's like a matching game, kind of. But, I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting for me. I don't know. I'm interested to see what the gameplay is going to feel like. This looks silly, so look better. I guess it should just maybe just be kind of like floating above or something. A little crooked, that's all right. Okay, and then we're going to want to make it blue because it's for water. This is the bar that gets filled up, not the bar that we're filling. That's if it's full. I'm going to get a keyframe that represents it being full, which it is. Oh, we need to do one thing. We need to make sure it'll actually grow from the direction we want it to. That should about do it. Yep. Okay. It's all right. Just make it face the camera. Make it so it's always facing. Then you don't have to worry about it. There you go. All right. Sweet. And then I will keyframe it so it's at its longest. And then we got to make it shorter. Oh, we didn't want to move it. We did not want to move it. We just want it to be that length. And then I'm going to shorten it. First, let's clone it before I do that. Okay, and then I'm going to shorten the bar. All right, we still have that leftover one. This is going to be the background. I'm putting the text on here just so I don't forget what it is. And then we're going to put a border so we can actually see. We don't want this to be filled in. We just want it to have a border. Not the most seeable border. I'll keep it real with you. So let's give it a little bit of a background as well. It'll just be like gray. All right. Let's make the fill look a little brighter. Nice. So then what'll happen is it'll fill up to full when it's done. So this timer will get filled up depending on how long you hold the thing there. And once that's full, I don't care about it anymore. I want you to get rid of it because we don't need to worry about it anymore. So I'm going to make these this bar be visible at first. And then once this is full, we can get rid of it. But let's even say that when this is full, it's going to flip our switch. And then that switch being flipped is what's going to make the bar go away. And then the switch being flipped is also going to play the animation. All right, that should make sense. That should make sense. That should make some sense. Bar is looking a little big, but oh well. Yeah, you know what? Let's even lower the scope more. Let's say there isn't one in the middle. Let's just get rid of some of these in the middles. Wait. No. All right, let's just do it like that. No. Oh, God. Oh, my God, 11 minutes. Okay. Cool. So don't lose your mind. You got it? You good? You got your mind? So we have the watering can. We have the seeds. We have the plot with the bar, right? And we're going to need to put this logic that we just made onto the other ones as well. I appreciate your support. I'm only a little concerned, Lordy Arty, with the 11 minutes left over. But, you know, I'm excited. It's not about succeeding. It's all about trying, right? I've failed many of these. And as a failure, it's really pretty rewarding. Because I learn a lot about what I fail to prioritize when I'm making games. You know, if I'm going to spend a lot of time learning something like Unity, Unreal Engine, then I want to go in there knowing that I'm actually, like, gonna know how to make a game, right? I don't want to learn the tools, get there, and be like, wait, how do you make a game? How do games work? Like, I want to know that I'm already going to be able to make a game. Putting this progress bar stuff on here, and the only thing we have to do is plug this up to the timeline, so that way it plays the animation. I think that's all we have to do. Because the tag is really the most important thing. Okay, good. Put this on the other plot. So they all have progress bars. And, oh God, 10 seconds. Or 10 seconds! 10 minutes! Oh God. All right, and then we'll put this in the animation. So the animation takes 30 seconds. There's one thing I forgot to do, which is to clarify that something is grown, right? So we might have to sacrifice scoring. We might have to sacrifice scoring. I hate to do that, but we might have to give it up because somehow I have to, let's put a, oh, game jam. Maybe I could put this 10 minutes left. Nah. Understandable. Understandable. Much love. Thank you for checking it out and considering. This is Gru. So I'm willing to let go of this as something that happens. Getting score, because you know, that would make it a perfect game if we had scores. But like, you know, you can live vicariously. That's life. You can live your whole life vicariously if you think about it. What's up, Entropy Tamed? Thanks for coming through. Hope we're doing okay today. I don't remember which one we started with. But yeah, I'm willing to let go of the scoring. You know, if it's a game, if it's fun to play, right? Okay. Nice. But we'll just have that there in case we end up having time. Okay, so there's that. They're all going to teleport to one plot. We don't want that yet, but those are going to get emitted depending on which of these seeds is there. So we have this. This is planted. Planted. Right. What is this? If it's been planted, it should do something. Wait, what is planted for? Oh, wait, what is planted? What is that signal? Why did we make that? I don't remember. I forgot what we made planted for. What does planted do? I don't actually know what planted does. If you have the seeds, you drop them on a plot, it's going to, there's no way we're doing scoring. All right, I don't know. I'm not going to think about it. I'm just going to do my watering can. We need to put on the watering can a way to detect stuff. I'm going to get a trigger zone. We are in danger, but we're having fun. I'm going to get this over here. Oh, we might have done that. We might have forgotten to, yeah, we definitely did. Oh, we almost forgot that. Whoops. This is what this, oh God. We need this to be a cube. Oh man, we better start thinking about how this is a game already. This might just be a planting game. This might just be a planting game. End of story. You just plant things. Yeah, so we're not gonna do random thing that you have to plant. It's literally just it's a toy where you get to plant stuff if you want to. I don't think we can do any more than that. I don't even know. Oh God. Oh, the panic. The panic. Wow. My little heart is racing. Okay. I think my takeaway from this one is gonna be that my scope was too big. It's hard. I find it really hard. I think, and that's why I love doing these game jams, is because I learn the mistakes, right? I knew that I needed to have the mechanic figured out. So we did figure out a mechanic, but you heard me when I was setting it up, all right? You heard me when I was setting it up. Don't panic! Like, the idea was too much. Okay, so that's that. And then, watering can. Okay, you know what? I just won't panic. You're right, I just won't. You know what? I just won't. How is the watering can gonna work? How the hell is the watering can gonna work? All right, see, there's no water. All right, let's just draw some water. I was gonna have it where you could like get water. Nope, scope has gotta come down. Nope, nope. So let's just, boop. Uh-oh, okay. Whoop, is that just, it's already got water in it. You already got your water. There's water in there. It's already got water. There's water, all right? Your watering can is built in with water. Everybody's happy. I feel like this is a mistake because it's not gonna move with it. It's not gonna move with it. Just forget it. 5 minutes. Don't panic. Don't panic. Yes. Okay. So wait. Oh man. Oh God. Oh geez. We're in big trouble. I don't know about this. I don't know about this. Water. This should be looking for water. Oh my God. This is not gonna work. I'm telling you right now. But see, how does the player know? How does the player know? Get some spray paint. The player needs to know where they're going to be attaching. Oh God, the spray paint isn't working because we colored it elsewhere. Oh man. Oh, we're in danger. Full-blown meltdown. I haven't even tested it. I haven't tested this one time. Not one time. Not a single test. You need to put the emission. We haven't emitted anything. There's no emission. Oh, guys, this is bad. We have fallen apart. I couldn't agree more. Look, Halloween King is like skull and crossbones. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're really not wrong. What's up, Danny Kaga? Oh man, I've made mistakes. I made mistakes today. I got too ambitious. I really did. I'm gonna finish it in the after show. Maybe. We'll see. We do an after show. You just have to go over to the Patreon, and that's how you can find it. You don't have to watch on Patreon. It brings you back to YouTube, so you can still chat and do everything the same. It's just a way to advertise the Patreon. It's a free show. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, emission, right. So here's the emitter. This is the bananas. Don't hook this up. First, let's put this on all the seeds. Boop, boop, bananas. And we're gonna hook up the emitter to the bananas, which is this one. Right there. Oh God. I have to just trust this is gonna work. Like, we're just like, I'm not gonna get to test it other than finding out it doesn't work. And if it doesn't work, that's okay. I just have to let that go. I have to be okay with that. What is this? This is the peaches. You got here, so you should give yourself an extension. My bad. What? How does that make sense? Believe me when I say I want to give myself an extension, but I want a better excuse than that. Can you work harder for me and give me a better reason to have an extension? I mean, besides the fact I usually give myself an extension. But like at this point, I'm just worried that like even if I give myself an extension, wait, where do they all go? Wait, where'd all the things go? Oh, because they're emitted. I see. And then this one's the tomatoes. Okay, let's plug this up. I was like, they're all gone. Okay, so let's just see if at least that much works. Pierogi says, I really need an extension. That's a good reason. That is a great reason. 5-minute extension as requested by another jammer that is not me. So if I put this on a plot, it doesn't, okay. So, oh, it did destroy. What am I looking at? Okay, so let's try to water it. Oh God, the watering, okay, all right. Oh geez, what happened? Wait, that went so wrong. I'm a little confused about just how wrong that went. Okay, all right. What happened? What went so wrong? I kind of thought that would sort of work better than it did. Well, it doesn't know which tag to go to. You have to tell it which tag to go to. It has to emit it and then teleport it. It can't be teleporting as soon as it emits. It needs to take a second. This is bad. We've made mistakes. Okay, so let's get this just a little time after it's emitted to teleport somewhere. And I kind of want it to be invisible. Time's up, pencils down, please. Look, a 5-minute extension was invoked by one of y'all. That one of y'all who is jamming. That means we have to honor it. That's the rule I've decided starting today, is that 5-minute extensions can be summoned by people who are participating, besides me. Well, maybe me. Okay, so great. So that's the, which one is that? That's the tomatoes. Tomatoes. Put it on here. But see, how does it know where to emit, Lise? It doesn't. It doesn't. This is not good. We ran into some trouble here. Let's make the trigger zone a little bigger. How is it not seeing it? How is it not seeing it? It's like, because I'm not. I'm not because I'm not, basically. And I'm like, yeah, right. You're right. But what we need is for it to emit at this position. So what we need to do is call the tag. We needed to let's give it a tag, right? If it has a tag on itself, then we can get the position data, right? And we can put that into here. And so that's where it should emit, right? And then it should see to teleport there, right? Nice! It's so tiny! Okay, that's good. I know why it's tiny. We can fix this. Okay, this is not bad. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. So what we're gonna do is, so the tomatoes is the one we're working with here. We want it to not be that small, please. We have to fix this. It is what it is. Put that in here. And then we have to put it, you just have to trust me. This is the way that this is gonna work. This is how it works. Put this in here and it does just work. And then we'll wire this back into there, just like that. You know why it's tiny? If you had $1 for every time you heard that. Why didn't I read that before I put it up on the screen? Okay, so let's see. That is not okay, by the way. All right, so let's put this on here. Maybe you're just talking about something else. You have to go flat. You have to go flat. You can't go caddy all over the corner place. We need to make it, let's make it so it's not colliding with things. That'll help. Probably. Do. Let's go inside here. We need to make all of this collide with nothing. Probably would have been easier to make the plots not collide, but that's okay. 2 minutes. It's a game where you plant tomatoes. Okay, so maybe we just need to adjust the position of the tag so it's rotated differently. Like, that's probably all we have to do, and it'll be just normal. Everything will be fine. We could try taking this out of here. This isn't that important, but it kind of would be nice if it actually looks like it was planted in the ground. I think that would help. Okay, I can live with that. I can live with that. And then the watering can, that part doesn't work, right? We need to make something work better here. So for the watering can, that's right here. We need it to be a little bigger. I say just the whole dang can. Just make it can size. All right. Tubular can. No problem. All right. And then that should be seeing what? It should be seeing a water tag, which should be on our tomato chip. Right there. So let me see that. Let me just see it get watered. I just want to see it get watered. So I'm gonna put that right there. Come on, water! Water! Yes! Yes! Water! Okay, cool. Nice. Nice. We got tomatoes. That's all we had time to do was tomatoes. Wow! Well, we tried. We tried. Ooh. Requesting another fight. Are you participating? If you're participating, I will accept it. If you're not participating, I can't accept that. But if you're participating, but we don't have that. We only do 5-minute extensions. We can't do 10 minutes. We can't change the rules too much. We only can do one more 5 minutes. Or 5 minutes. I'm so sorry. This was grow game. I will try to fix it in the after show. So I can at least have the, maybe. We'll see. The after show is the place where y'all can show me stuff you're working on that has nothing to do with this. Whether it's in any engine, whether it's in Dreams, doesn't matter to me. We'll check it out. We can chat, stuff like that. Time is up. By the way, time is up for everyone who is participating. Time is up. It's over. No more time. No more time. You gotta stop. You gotta stop. And this is what I came up with. But we have to remember the idea. The idea of it was more. Is there somewhere you can submit your itch to? Yeah, in the description. In the description box, you should find the link. You exported it? Dang. I was amazed at how little I could finish. It's not at all what I was imagining, but I had a lot of fun. Yeah. This is like what I was imagining, but it is bad. So we can get our tomato seeds, we can put it on any plot, and it should grow where we put it, which is kind of awesome, right? We can put it on any of these plots, and then we can water it. It takes a little, I like how the water gets negated. That's unwatering. You better keep watering it. You better keep watering that plant or else. All right, we gotta wait. Oh man. Oh man. Okay. Yep. And then it'll grow very slowly. Yay! We grew tomatoes. The bananas, the peaches, you know, those we just don't get to enjoy. But there we go. We grew tomatoes. In theory, we could have had bananas and peaches, but we got tomatoes. If you think about it, it wouldn't take that much work. All we have to do is just like clone the tomato seeds, and then you could just make as many of these as you want. Like, if you think about it, all you gotta do is this, and then you can put them wherever you want. So we could put one, I mean, they're the same thing. Oh no! Oh, it's the position of the seed packet. That's why sometimes they plant in weird places. I see. Gotcha. Now we can have a whole garden that takes, this is like work. This is one of the least fun games I've ever played. I have to say, it's not a fun game. Because it takes so long to water things. It takes so long for them to grow. I have to put the seed package on there just right. And I can only grow one thing in one little area. And they look ugly. And I can't even eat them. But I'm proud of the attempt. So I think my lesson for next time is this one's pretty hard to water. It's like, you planted me wrong. All right, fine. Screw you then. um, Great. Good job. High five. No, I am proud of myself because I'm actually surprised that it works as well as it does, given the limitations of given the scope. I'm surprised it works as well as it does, given the scope of this. And that's my main takeaway, is I need to reconsider how big my ideas are for these games. I think something that I've often prioritized is making like unique games that aren't like, cliche. I think it's high time I just let that go. like make a basic cliche little game. Like make you clickers, make you a little shooter, just click on things. Click it, bam, game. Click it and you win. Like literally. That's enough of a challenge still. Look at that. Look at that garden. Look at that vibrant garden. Well, garden filled with potential. Unfulfilled potential, technically, if you think about it. Because I'm not watering those things. That's gonna take too long. Scope. I'm gonna try to think smaller next time. That's my big lesson. All the right fruits. Fruity. You get to grow plants. That's cool. Yeah, it is cool. I mean, it is like a working mechanic, right? Technically, it works in that sense. Is it a game? Debatable. Debatable. But that's okay. I would say it's a game. I would say it is a game. It's just a not very fun game. But that's okay. I learned a lot. And I had fun. Let's check out what other people made. If you made something in Dreams, you can share it with me. LYZURLY. And then we'll be just fine. I'll get it. We can check it out. You can collab me into it if you want to keep it private. If you are working outside of Dreams, the itch.io link is in the description. You can upload your game exe file, zip, whatever it is, WebGL deploy, all of that works just fine. We can check it all out. And I learned an important lesson. Hirogi says, I was amazed at how little I could finish. Right. 1 hour in anything but Dreams is bonkers. I don't think it's that bonkers. I mean, I think it is if you don't know those other engines. But if you know how to use those engines, I don't think it has to be that hard, but that's just me. All right, so let's go see what we got from Itch. I'm excited about that. Personally, I think we have at least one submission. Hyper 1 hour game jam. Let's see what we got. Dashboard. Game jams. We got a submission. We got one. Let's go. All right. Ooh, I'm excited. This was made in Godot by Pierogigon. All right. That's what this one is. I'm excited. It plays in the browser. Love it. Wow. Hey. Oh. Wow. Look how fun this is. We were thinking similar. I'm just clicking and I'm growing in the sky. We can plant stuff in the sky, baby. Yes. Go, 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 go. This is a pollution game. I think this is a game about pollution and colonialism. So you just get to invade the sky and the whole world and just fill it up with coronaviruses and tulips also, and daisies. You get tulips, daisies, and coronaviruses. It was supposed to be a flower growing high into the sky. Wow. That's kind of cool. It sounds like, but you still like had something interactive. Oh, I see the ground is there for like 2 seconds. Blink and you'll miss it. but the ground is there. Hold on, let's refresh it. There's the ground. That's so cool. How was it? So what were some of the things that you ran into trying to do this in Godot in that short amount of time? Like specifically, because I see you got emissions, right? You got it so it's randomly picking one of three things. But I guess you would have had to find some way to keep it on the ground, to keep it from moving right away. But this is more interactive, I think, than the one that you made the last time in Godot. So I'm seeing progress. Let's look at the last one you did, so that way we can show folks. It was such a blur. Okay, fair enough. No pressure then. No pressure. Let's look at the one you did last time, so that way we can compare to see your growth. Basically, it's an animated sprite in the background. Nothing actually moves. Oh, clever. Nice. Well done. That's impressive, because it looks like it is moving. So this was, let's make it so we can actually see it. This one is big. This one takes up the screen, honey. All right, here we go. So this one, Beyond Earth was the topic. This was a couple weeks ago. And Rogi made this in Godot. And you could go up and down as the Earth in space. And then these are like asteroids, right? That was as far as Rogi got a couple weeks ago. We got the asteroids moving across, and they're kind of like randomly changing their speed, which I think is really cool. And there's an Earth. And then this week, Rogi made this game where we have the sky moving, and you're flying through the sky and deploying coronavirus flowers. It's just like, yes, we are starting a new global pandemic, but there's also flowers. There are also flowers. I mean, to me, this is a lot more interesting. They're both cool, but this one's a lot more interesting. And I feel like, would you say that like this is more of a complex achievement than yours from a couple weeks ago? Because I think it is. Like here we just have up and down, and you move and you look at things. But this one is very interactive. Like I could you think so, I think so too. Because you could make art. I could just come over here. Now you don't know which one is gonna emit, but maybe that's kind of exciting. Look, it's my own little art creation. I'll make like a pattern. This feels awesome. It took you 40 minutes to get the asteroids to spawn last time. The asteroids are impressive, I have to say. Like, them moving at different speeds is very impressive. I love the creativity that this gives the player in this one. This time you did spawning and animated backgrounds and 3 different flowers. Yeah. Yeah, right. That's a lot more like variety and random. Yeah, that's a lot more variety. Totally. That makes sense. Yeah, right. This is really, really impressive. I want to make something. I do plan on making things outside of Dreams for these jams, but not this time. No, not this time. Not this time. Maybe next time. You can find out how I'm doing with that on Mondays. On Mondays, I'm doing Unreal Engine learn-alongs, which, you know, I'm getting there. I'm actually remaking a game that I made in Dreams, and during one of these game jams, I'm remaking it in Unreal Engine. We got somewhere. I've been working on it a little bit off stream, but slowly but surely, as I improve my skills in Unreal Engine, I'll bring it to the game jam. But if you want to see where I'm at with that and share where you're at, I would love to know how that's going for you, learning stuff, game dev, software, and whatnot.